and welcome to Info Simcoe. My name is Madison Fitzpatrick, and today in studio we have Innisfil Mayor Lynn Dollin. Lynn, thank you so much for being here.
Madison, I really appreciate the invitation. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I just want to talk a little bit about your latest campaign. How was it? It was months long, of course, probably years planning for you. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, it's good and bad. I mean, campaigns are a wonderful way to connect with the community. So it's a great way. Everybody during a municipal campaign is talking about local issues, talking about local government, what they like, what they don't like. So it's knocking on doors, it's hearing from people face to face, which is harder to do other times when it's not an election campaign. So that part of it I love. What I did found difficult this time is this was the first time that I was the sitting mayor and also running for mayor. So other levels of government, provincial and federal governments, they dissolve government when an election happens. So all they have to do is run. But in local government, you have to actually keep doing the job of mayor and also running for the job at the same time. So very busy time, but again, very invigorating, and I love getting that engagement from the local residents and hearing from them.
So tell us a little bit about that running again, but already being mayor, because let's say if you did lose, you wouldn't be on council anymore, right? How does that, making that decision? Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, it's a big decision to run for council, period. Mm-hmm. Mayor, deputy mayor, or councillor. You need to make sure that you've got the commitment and the energy for 4 years. You need to make sure that your family's on side, because it isn't just you. It's really a whole family affair. And you have to prepare yourself for both scenarios. So you have to be prepared to do the job for 4 years, but you also have to be prepared that you might not be elected and then what your future holds. So it really is a lot of pre-planning ahead of time and making sure that you're ready for that commitment, because it is a big commitment. It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job. You never get to say, oh, I don't want to be mayor for a week, but it's something that's a huge commitment, but also very, very rewarding.
Mm-hmm. So obviously you were elected, congratulations. Your council now, how were a lot of them previously running, or do you have a lot of new councillors on your council this time?
So we do have a lot of new councillors. That was mostly because people deciding not to run again. So we have 9 members on Innisfil Council. 3 decided to retire from council, at least for the time being. Mm-hmm. And then we had 4 of us running for 2 positions. So we knew for sure we were going to have 5 new councillors. We could have had as many as 7, but 2 of our incumbents who ran again for the same position were re-elected for that position. So really happy with the group. We've had many orientation sessions because we have 5 that have no council experience at all, and then the other 3 have 1 term. So we needed to do a lot of orientation and make sure that they started to feel comfortable with, meet some of the staff, who does what, that sort of thing. But I can tell you that they're all very, very engaged and motivated, and they're all there for the right reason. So I'm really looking forward to having that mix. Lots of different perspectives at the table, lots of different backgrounds and expertise. So I think it's going to be a really good, well-rounded council.
Amazing. So glad to hear. What's in store for Innisfil for the next 4 years?
Well, hopefully no more global pandemics.
Yes.
That would be certainly something I didn't know was coming the last election. But having said that, very proud of how the reaction, both from our community and from the staff and council, on how we navigated COVID and did it so compassionately. But going forward, we know that growth is going to be top of mind for us, and we're going to have to make sure that that is managed properly. We want to grow in a sustainable way. We want to make sure we protect our environment. We want to make sure we grow in both economic job opportunities and not just homes. And we just want to plan for the future and make sure that our communities make sense and that we invest in things we need to invest in that make a healthy community, like parks and recreation and culture. So that's going to be number one. We're also becoming more increasingly a diverse community, and we want to make sure inclusion and diversity is very much a focus and a lens that we put on everything. So, and safety, a safe community where people look out for each other. We want to be able to grow, but we still want everybody to have that small town sense of community. And so we're really cognizant on trying to protect that part of our culture in Innisfil.
Amazing. So do you have any goals yourself as a, again, elected mayor for this year?
Well, I guess to listen first. My father always says you've got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, and I think learning from what is important to people, what we need to concentrate our priorities on. It's not going to be easy with inflation and prices the way they are. I mean, that affects the municipality just as it does your own personal budgeting, household budgeting. So we are going to have to make some difficult decisions and some priorities, set some priorities as a group. The mayor and council all get equal vote. Everyone gets 1 vote. So we have to discuss and advocate for our positions, come to a consensus where we can, and then whatever council's decision is as a whole is where we move forward. So those priorities will be top of mind. Me personally, one of my pet peeves is traffic safety and community safety. It's something I hear about an awful lot. So we're working on some traffic calming measures for the town, and hopefully bring those into finish that project would be wonderful. And of course, our beautiful Lake Simcoe. We're so fortunate to have it on our doorstep, and we need to protect it, enhance it, and make sure that Innisfil residents have access for their enjoyment.
Absolutely. Well, Mayor Lynn Dollin, thank you so much for being in studio today with us. Amazing. We'd love to have you back. And just congratulations on your win, and we wish you the best going forward.
Thank you so much, Madison. Thanks for having me, and it was wonderful to see you again.
Of course. Thank you. Join us next time for our next segment on Info Simcoe.